how you can basically control the system by writing some of the simple natural language prompt. So let me start explaining what exactly we have an issue here, which is a known issue, which will fix it through this uh, SRE agent. So to basically apply that thing, you can see in my system, this is my Azure, and one of these AK's pods are not working properly. So the cluster is up and running, everything is healthy, but inside the cluster, the pod is not working. So let me show you that. So if you see here in the overview, it is up and running. Everything looks healthy. Everything looks fine, but one of the pod is somehow not working. And we can do the fix in a conventional kubectl way to get into that and to identify what is going on over here. So for example, this is not working. So what I can say that I can say k describe pod, the pod name, and you can see over here, if I can just reduce this scene size into small, you see here there is some issue with the image, which is an intentional problem, and the reason is image pullback, and then it is unable to find that image basically. So you can see that is something going on, and this is where the problem is, right? So, and then we need to fix why this image is not available. We need to figure out what is wrong over here, and I know what is wrong over here because this is what I did it. So I can say k get k edit deploy. So it is inside a deployment. You might have seen the replica set. So I'll say that k edit deploy and then give the deploy name, that is web1. And in that web1, if you see here, the name of the container image is nginx1, which is why it is not able to create that image. So the below window is actually displaying the streaming the continuous try which Kubernetes is doing to make sure that pod is up and running. But every time it is trying to do that, it is unable to do it. Now you might have a question why it is trying when there is a problem. It is because the Kubernetes, that is the behavior of the Kubernetes, that they will make sure that pod is healthy. If it is not healthy, it will retry, keep retrying, but it cannot change these to nginx1 by itself. So we'll use some AI to figure it out. Let's say we don't know this at all, so we'll figure it out. Um, Let me come out of this. We'll figure it out through this. So I'll say, show me all the unhealthy pods. So I created an SRE agent in that thing. So I initiated that, and it takes some time to initialize that SRE agent. But once it is there, done there, you have this option of doing a chat. So you can send this simple plain English language, natural language, and then ask this question. And sometimes it takes a long time to fetch the information, but it tells you like what exactly it is doing. So it is filtering the unhealthy pod, addressing that. So there are a lot of tools are basically getting kicked off and then getting run. So you can see that these tools are kind of now getting, and then you can see that um, it is trying to get all the pods from all the namespaces, not just the user namespace, but also the system namespaces, and trying to figure out what are the healthy pods which is running through a kubectl command. You can even run this command here to see the list of all the pods. So get pod, I can say all namespaces. So if I do that, then it gets me all the namespaces. So which is all fine, right? It's getting, and then it figured out that there is an unhealthy pod called this name RRQ2H. This is what the RRQ2H here. So it is able to find that pod. I'll say fix the unhealthy pod. So I'm asking now the SRE agent to fix this unhealthy pod. So if I do that, what happens, it goes through a couple of, because it is an agent, it calls tool, because agent, the primary job of the agent is to call the tool. And you can see that it is going to show you what kind of command it's going to run. And this is where the tools will help you run those commands. So you can see that it's going to go ahead and then describe the pod, which I did earlier to describe it. And then it also uses the namespace details in case it's a different namespace. It can kind of that. And then you can actually find the command, right? So it's kind of like find the web one. And then this is for the updating the deployment image. And then it's going to go ahead and execute this to get the command, and then you will see that um, update the Nginx latest. So it is asking three options. Do you want to update that to Nginx latest, or use a specific tag like Nginx 1.2.3, or do nothing? So I'll say update Nginx latest. Latest is kind of safe. So this is my action because there are multiple choices available. It is asking me to do that. Now you can see that before it takes any action on behalf of me, it is going to go ahead and make these changes. So I did show you in the VI editor how to edit that, but also you can edit in line saying that I want to set the image to Nginx One latest default. If I click on approve action, it is going to go ahead, and you can see that it is going to go ahead and update that. And as soon as it updates, this triggers, and you can see that the pod is quite healthy. So let me show you the list of pod. So if I say k get pod, it's going to go ahead and show you both the pods are healthy and up and running at this point in time, right? So it's kind of like now the 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 state where everything is healthy, everything looks fine. There is no issue on that, and I could fix this from the SRE agent without much um, execution of the queries by myself, right? So you can easily imagine, like if it is really complex, connected with so many things, troubleshooting becomes very, very easy.